Alright, thank you for joining me on this video. I have to do a narration here because I wasn't really in a position to talk. The homeowner had decided to work on his own water heater and he basically butchered the burner assembly. When I got there, the burner assembly was out of the water heater. He had taken everything apart. He had broken the pilot tube. I mean, it was just like a bunch of puzzle pieces that I had to figure out and put back together using a previously used pilot tube that I had. Here I am trying to fit the burner assembly in. I'm having a problem. It's based on its spacing location. So as I'm trying to slide it in, the thermopile and the pilot assembly is hitting on the top. And I'm looking around to see if there's any pieces that I somehow missed that they had taken apart to try and figure it out. So I'm looking at the burner assembly here and I'm trying to figure out if it's too high or what's going on. But I'm going to give it another shot here in a second. So you can see this was a really difficult area for me to work in. I had to lean over the washing machine. I asked them if they could move it, and they basically said no. So I'm pinned up against that wall and the washing machine, and there's actually little nails that are coming out of the wall. So we're speeding up the video here, but I've decided to take it all apart again and see if I can't change the pilot assembly's orientation to the top of the burner screen. So I'm checking it out, seeing if I lined it up correctly, seeing if there's any other options for lining it up. And I'm basically going to end up coming to the conclusion that there isn't. So I just end up basically reassembling it and trying to give it another shot. So now I'm putting it back together, sort of checking the spacing. I like to fast forward through these sections because they just take so long. So this is at 4 times the speed. Now it's back to normal. So now we're trying to see if we can fit it in here somewhere. And I have success. So I've managed to get it in, and now I'm reassembling the rest of it. Alright, so now we are ready to light the water heater up. It's all been reassembled and put back together. And we have success. There seemed to be a little bit of a slight delay when it kicked over. So I wanted to make sure that it was lighting up properly and it wasn't going to have any issues. I'm checking the flame here with the camera. It was just down in an area where I just did not have a good angle to see through the sight glass. So I like to put my camera down in there to see if there's any issues I might catch later on the camera. So I'm going to be doing a series of tests right here where I turn the water heater off and turn it back on and just see how it lights up. So the pilot assembly is a little bit higher than I would like it to be. I just could not figure out what they did, or if there was a part that they lost, or how it was oriented. I had no, I didn't take it apart. They took it apart. So usually when I take things apart, I like to kind of memorize so I make sure I put it back together in the right orientation. But when I got there, man, everything was just ripped apart and bent and broke. It was crazy. So a real frustrating job. And I didn't bring a backup burner assembly with me. Mostly because it didn't have any pilot assemblies in it, but I wish I had, because I could have just put it all on there. So now we're on to the next video. So this is a mobile home park. And the guy said his water heater was leaking. He wanted me to take a look at it. He's lighting it up right now. As it turns out, the sight glass is broken. So it's sucking all the oxygen in through the front, which tells me it's probably got a bad TRD, or the TRD has burst and the little trapdoor on the bottom has closed. And that's what happened. And this was basically because this water heater has an inner tank leak. So the final service call on this video is coming up next. I was in a great position to get some filming done, and I'm able to narrate while I'm working. And that's coming up next. Really appreciate you guys watching and hanging out. And hopefully you enjoyed these videos. Just me doing a series of service calls this week. So this water heater ended up having an inner tank leak. I pulled the burner assembly out. I found that the TRD had popped. I replaced that. And you could see there was a lot of corrosion going on the inside, and water was running down the inside of the chamber, inside the combustion chamber. So I'm just explaining some stuff to him now about condensation drops falling and what I think is going on with the water heater. But we end up drilling some holes in the bottom to get the standing water out of it. We get it running again, and he's currently using it. He's waiting for me to get a 30-gallon water heater together for him. Called a TRD, it's a thermal reduction device, and it sits on the bottom, and it forces a spring down that opens a door, and then the oxygen comes in through the sides and comes up from the bottom. But now it's probably pulling the oxygen. You don't have a ton of it, but there's at least this much. I mean, just temporarily until you can get another water heater in here, just to help it run. There, we're back. Back to work on this guy. I don't know why the glass is smashed out, but we can fix that. He thinks it's the thermocouple. Let me get you a better. But this is a dual. So is this magnet? This is a dual propane natural gas. Well, I thought I saw something in there. That's weird. So it's probably either the thermocouple or the valve is bad. I see some spark. I gotta just. I don't know what I did last time, but I remembered it was pretty intense. Working on this thing. About a year ago, probably. When in doubt, drop your tool. Probably working on it right here. So this service call video is going to have a bunch of little service calls that really didn't get finished. Oh great, look at this thing. I can't use my plunger tester on it. What the hell? Break it. probably the one you just saw. I got two of them here. I was looking at a mobile home water heater that actually had a leak, and the TRD was bad on it. So the TRD was broken. The glass was smashed out like this one. It was sucking all the air in through the front. This one's probably got a bad TRD. I can't test this thing unless I can get a clamp on it. It's got all this material right here that's blocking my clamp. Otherwise, I'm going to test the thermocouple voltage, which it's probably going to say it's fine, like they all do. Okay, I'm like resting a battery up there. I don't even see any spark. It's jumping all over the place. So. Okay, I've had enough of this. Oh, I did a little rig job on the spark. Let's see what kind of hokey work I did here. Oh yeah, that's why I reused it. This thing's all goofy as fuck. Is this a 50 gallon? No, damn it. It's a 40 gallon. Let me smash the glass out for sure. When in doubt, smash out the glass, yeah? I don't even know if it's got a, I don't even know if it's got a TRD. So this is kind of a goofy. What's the year on this thing? Oh, 2012. So it's got kind of this goofy deal going where you kind of have to use that burner assembly. Well, maybe not. Alright. It's a 44. And I don't really see, I don't know if you can see it. It's got this, see it? Oh, yeah. Oh, that smashed out glass. It's got like these circles on the bottom where it draws the fresh air in. So I don't think it has one of those TRUs. It's a different animal. Back at it. Got the same problem I had last time I was here. I either got a 30 gallon or a 50 gallon burner assembly. And rebuilding, making it, the parts work over on this one is like, it's just the way they got it set up. Maybe I can cheat here. Let's see what I can do. I might be able to cheat. seeing this, but this whole bowl is like one separate piece. So I'm gonna try to make this one work. Got the glass. Right. We will try and put it back now.
Checking out?
Sorry?
Everything checking out?
Yeah, I couldn't really get it to do much, so I'm just kind of throwing parts at it right now.
Okay.
Rather than try and get it to give me a measurement, I just said, let's next man up, you know? So hopefully it's a go off of this, but we'll know more in a minute.
Alright. Jump off the first.
Yeah. I really like this light, but it's got a built-in light detector, so it decides when it should be on or not, and I'm not really into that. I should be the one deciding that, shouldn't I? When my flashlight's on, not my flashlight. Alright, I'm liking what I'm seeing. So we got pilot, it's lit, I can see it, we got good consistent spark, glass has been replaced, got sort of the proper insulation for the spark wire. Gotta hope that this thermocouple's good or the valve's good. I couldn't get my clamp because of this. It's just the way this dual valve is built. My clamp just didn't extend enough to grab the bottom of it. It's a flaw in my system, clearly. Alright. So far, I said this thing didn't blow up in my face. Dude. Okay. It doesn't have that cone on the bottom. You know, I had to take this cone off. Oh, it might starve out here. The oxygen. Because I imagine this cone just sort of directs the airflow, maybe? I don't know. The flame looks kind of, it's not as robust as I would like. It's there though. So I've kind of denied it 2 sources of oxygen now. The front glass was broken out and now it's sealed, and I've taken the little, you know, this is engineered into it, but I couldn't make it work with the burner assembly. But it doesn't look, let me see, you tell me what you think. You tell me what you think about how that flame looks. It's on between A and B right now. If that looks unhealthy or dangerous, I don't know, it just looks kind of low a little bit. But we will hang out for a little while. And actually, it looks nice and blue, which it's supposed to look that way. That's kind of how a flame is supposed to look, like mostly blue with red tips. Sorry about all the background light, but it's you know, it's still kind of daylight savings out here, so yeah, I mean, it's going. So I think if it was starved out, it would have I don't know, how does it get its oxygen though? There's no vents anywhere. Yeah, this is weird. How's it rate? There's no vents on the side. So how's it getting its oxygen? Where is it getting it from? I don't know. Somehow. It's getting it somehow. Okay, moving for the books. Still going, still going. Oh shit, what is up here? What's going on up top there? Oh wow. Look at this. Maybe it pulls it in from the sides or something? You guys ever see a water heater like this? Let me know. But it's got like a like some kind of inner shroud or something. I don't know. That's really strange. I wonder if this used to be a direct vent. Flue baffle allows at least 21 inches of flue. Input LP gas, BTU 30,000, natural gas. They're claiming this is a low NOx water heater. South Coast Air Quality Control of Nitrogen Oxides from Natural Gas Fired Water Heaters. Alright, well. She's working. That's what we care about. How it's getting oxygen, I have no idea. Somehow it's getting in there, and we'll put it on on B. And thank you for watching. Consider subscribing to the channel, and have a great day.